Debbie, played by Charley Webb, shocked Emmerdale viewers in last week's final episode with a long-awaited confession about her involvement in her ex-boyfriend Ross's, Michael Parr, acid attack earlier this year. Utterly distraught, Ross has been struggling to process the truth on the ITV soap, but eventually came to the conclusion he would make Debbie suffer with the knowledge she had destroyed his life. Despite Kane Dingle, Jeff Hordley, and Joseph Tate's Ned Porteous attempts to shut former mechanic Ross down, the latter simply stormed out of the hospital after declaring she was dead to him. Now an angry Pete, Anthony Quinlan, may be about to take the decision into his own hands regardless. The farmer has been doing his best to support his younger brother ever since the heartbreaking incident saw drug dealer Simon McManus, Liam Ainsworth, mistakenly splash Ross with the acid meant for millionaire businessman Joe. Ross has undergone severe depression and even suicidal tendencies during his recovery, but Pete has only once threatened to give up after witnessing his siblings' spiraling behavior. Discovering Debbie had actually inadvertently ordered the attack angered the normally calm Pete, and it will reach the point where he's ready to expose Debbie this week. New stills from the soap have revealed Debbie, who is recovering from Ross's accidental gunshot, will realize she could be in real trouble. It appears Pete could be about to report her to the police as Debbie begs for help from her new boyfriend Joe. Meanwhile, Ross tries to carry on with his life and arranges a lunch date with Rebecca White, Emily Head. The pair have struck up a close friendship, bonding over their shared recovery, as Rebecca continues to struggle with her brain damage following a horrific car crash killed her sister Chrissy Louise Marwood and father Lawrence White, John Bowe, earlier this year. Yet a nervous Pete isn't convinced the date is a good idea and tries to talk his brother out of a potential disaster. What happens instead is a hopeful Ross is left shattered when Rebecca fails to show up at the cafe, and the hot-headed character storms out and into Junkie Dawn's Olivia Bromley arms. It's not long before sparks fly and the tortured duo end up in bed together. Debbie takes steps to fix her actions by admitting the truth to her mother Charity Dingle, Emma Atkins, and her girlfriend Vanessa Woodfield, Michelle Hardwick. But with Ross going further and further off the rails, it could be too late for the characters to reconcile, regardless of what Pete ultimately decides to do. Yesterday's emotional episode also saw Debbie and Joe come clean to her family about their rekindled relationship, which was met with varying degrees of anger. Village Hardman and Debbie's father Kane, in particular, was outraged at his daughter's foolish decision. Later, a broken Debbie sobbed to Ross, "I love him. I'm sorry. The acid wasn't meant for anyone, Ross. This wasn't even meant to be you. I wanted Joe to get beat up for what he'd done to me." Will Debbie get away with the acid attack, or will Pete turn her in? Emmerdale continues tonight at 7 p.m. on ITV.